Okay, so some of you know this and some of you don't. That in the mid to late 1990s, I was a disc jockey for University of Mississippi Rebel Radio, which was one of the you know one of the more fun jobs that I've had. It didn't pay anything, but it was more one of the more fun jobs that I had. So basically, on music, I kind of skipped from 60s, 70s, and 80s to all of a sudden, being in tune with the late 90s alternative scene because I started listening to it all the time because I was listening to it at work all the time. Yeah, the lipstick's messed up. Draw your own conclusions. So, anyway, so uh, I, heard the following song, which is Lucky by Seven Mary Free. And it wasn't an actually played song. It was just something that was the on the record. So I listened to it, or CD at the time, whatever. So I listened to it, and I don't think I've ever fallen in love with a song as quickly as I have with Lucky by Seven Mary Free. So naturally, it's on the list. The interesting story about this list is that when I was living in Maryland, my roommate was making mixtapes and asked me for a list of songs. So I gave her 50 songs, to put on a mixtape, and she did, but something happened and never got it. So I'm basically going through those songs and recreating my mixtape. I don't think I've ever shared that story before, and we're like dozens of songs in anyway, or at least a dozen in anyway. So, like I said, never a good way to start this. So, this is Lucky by Seven Mary Free, as done terribly but probably passionately by me. Anyway, enjoy. Always that moment before you start, and then you just kind of go into it. I know, yeah, it's really awkward. Anyway. Mean Mr. Mustard says he's bored of life in the district. Can't afford the French Quarter high. Says it gets old real quick. And he pales up next to me, scrawled on the pavement. It says son, time is all the luck you need. And if I stay lucky, then my tongue will stay tied, and I won't betray the things that I hide. There's not enough years underneath this belt for me to admit the way that I feel. I'm the wave that crashes on a sea of discontent. Me, Mr. Mustard says, don't be a wave that crashes from a sea of discontent. He says he's wrestled with that blanket and it leaves you cold and wet. Any way you stretch it, divine apathy, disease of my youth. Watch that you don't catch it. And if I stay lucky, then my sun will stay tight, and I won't betray the things that I hide. There's not enough years underneath this belt for me to admit the way that I feel. And I'm the wave that crashes from a sea that turns itself inside out every chance I get to see what it's like in hell, hell, hell. And if I stay lucky, then my tongue will stay tied. And I won't betray those things that I hide. There's not enough years underneath this belt for me to admit the way that I feel. And if I stay lucky, then my tongue will stay tied, and I won't betray those things that I hide. And there's not enough years underneath this belt for me to admit the way that I feel. And I'm the wave that crashes on a sea that turns itself inside out every chance I get to see what it's like in hell. And if I stay lucky, then my tongue will stay tied, and I won't betray the things that I hide. And there's not enough years underneath this belt for me to admit the way that I felt. So, anyway, that is Lucky by Seven Mary Free. Hope you all enjoyed. Come back next week, Desert Watched, and have a good one. Love you. Bye.